I am back, good people, as I told you that I would be. Thank you. So happy Monday. And for those of you that celebrate the whole holiday labor thing, hope that you're having a wonderful time. For others who just do things just year round, and if you have the day off, you're just kind of enjoying whatever you're doing, or if you are working, I hope that you are safe to your destinations. So, happy Monday again. This is my live audio for Monday, September the 3rd, 2018. Oh my gosh, we are in a new month, the month of September. And so, what are you going to be doing differently in the month of September that you didn't do in the previous months? I would love to hear your comments. You can leave them in my comment box here on my Aisha Speaks Jade. And let me just stop and pause a moment. If you don't know who I am and you haven't been following me, and this is going to be your first time either coming on live or listening to the replay once I'm done, let me introduce myself. I am Aisha, affectionately known as Jade. And again, thank you for joining my Aisha Speaks Jade Facebook motivational page, where I am a speaker. I don't know what type of speaker I am, but hopefully it does motivate you and hopefully it feeds your soul. So, what I would like to speak on, since we are in a new month, because soon December will be here and we'll be getting into a new year of 2019. So, time is not waiting for any of us. So whatever we're doing, whether we are in a business, thinking about being in a business, working for corporate America, but thinking about let's do better, have a better position, and all of it, knowing your worth. Time does not wait on you or I. So with that being said, I would like to speak about golden rules of goal setting. Again, that's golden rules of goal setting. So here are 5 rules to set yourself up for success. I would like to speak about that. 5 rules to set yourself up for success. Have you thought about what you want to do in 5 years? 5 years' time? Are you clear about what your main objective at work is at the moment? Do you know what you want to have achieved by the end of, whether it's today, next week, 2 weeks, a month, a year? Have you thought about it? Have you thought about a present and a possible near future? What's going to happen? Have you set up some kind of plan? So if you want to succeed, you need to set goals. Without goals, you lack focus and direction. Goal setting not only allows you to take control of your life's direction, but it also provides you with a benchmark for determining whether you are actually succeeding. Think about it. Having $1 million in the bank is only proof of success if one of your goals is to amass riches. If your goal is to practice acts of charity, then keeping the money for yourself is subtly contrary to how you would define success. To accomplish your goals, however, you need to know how to set them. You can't simply say, I want it, and expect it to happen. Goal setting is a process that starts with careful consideration of what you want to achieve and ends with a lot of hard work to actually do it. In between, there are some very well-defined steps that transcend the specifics of each goal. Knowing these steps will allow you to formulate goals that you can accomplish. So let's talk about those 5 golden rules of goal setting. So the first would be set goals that motivate you. When you set goals for yourself, it is important that you motivate you. This means making sure that they are important to you and that there is value in achieving them. If you have little interest in the outcome or they are irrelevant given the larger picture, then the chances of you putting in the work to make them happen are slim. Motivation is key to achieving goals. Set goals that relate to the high priorities in your life. Without this type of focus, you can end up with far too many goals, leaving you too little time to devote to each one. Goal achievement requires commitment. So to maximize the likelihood of success, you need to feel a sense of urgency and have an "I must do this" attitude. When you don't have this, you risk putting off what you need to do to make the goal a reality. This in turn leaves you feeling disappointed and frustrated about yourself, both of which are demotivating. And you can end up in a very destructive, "I can't do anything" or be successful at anything frame of mind. So here's a tip to that. To make sure that your goal is motivating, write down why it's valuable and important to you. And ask yourself, if I were to share my goal with others, what will I tell them to convince them it was a worthwhile goal? You can use this motivating value statement to help you if you start to doubt yourself or lose confidence in your ability to actually make the goal happen. So that's a tip. 2, set SMART goals. In all caps, S.M.A.R.T. Set SMART goals. You have probably heard of the SMART goals already, but do you always apply the rule? The simple fact is that for goals to be powerful, they should be designed to be SMART. There are many variations of what SMART stands for, but the essence is this. Goals should be S, specific, M, measurable, A, attainable, R, relevant, and T, time-bound. So setting specific goals. Your goal must be clear and well defined. Vague or generalized goals are unhelpful because they don't provide sufficient direction. Remember, you need goals to show you the way. Make it as easy as you can to get where you want to go by defining precisely where you want to end up. Set measurable goals. Include precise amounts, dates, and so on in your goals so you can measure your degree of success. If your goal is simply defined as to reduce expenses, how will you know when you have been successful? In 1 month's time, if you have a 1% reduction, or in 2 years' time when you have a 10% reduction. So let me read that again. To reduce expenses, how will you know when you have been successful? So, in 1 month's time, if you have a 1% reduction, or in 2 years' time, when you have a 10% reduction. Without a way to measure your success, you miss out on the celebration that comes with knowing you have actually achieved something. Set attainable goals. Make sure that it's possible to achieve the goals you set. If you set a goal that you have no hope of achieving, you will only demoralize yourself and erode your confidence. However, resist the urge to set goals that are too easy. Accomplishing a goal that you didn't have to work hard for can be pretty bad at best, or anticlimactic at best, and can also make you fear setting future goals that carry a risk of non-achievement. So again, accomplishing a goal that you didn't have to work hard for can be anticlimactic at best, and can also make you fear setting future goals that carry a risk of non-achievement. By setting realistic yet challenging goals, you hit the balance you need. These are the types of goals that require you to raise the bar, and they bring the greatest personal satisfaction. Set relevant goals. Goals should be relevant to the direction you want your life and career to take. By keeping goals aligned with this, you'll develop the focus you need to get ahead and do what you want. Set widely scattered and inconsistent goals, and you'll fritter your time and your life away. Set time-bound goals. Your goals must have a deadline. Again, this means that you know when you can celebrate success. When you are working on a deadline, your sense of urgency increases and achievement will come that much quicker. So again, I briefly spoke on setting SMART goals. S.M.A.R.T in all caps. S is for specific. M is for measurable. A is for attainable. R is for relevant. T is for time bound. Third, set goals in writing. The physical act of writing down a goal makes it real and tangible. You have no excuse for forgetting about it. As you write, use the word will instead of would like. So instead of use the word will instead of would like to or might. For example, I will reduce my operating expenses by 10% this year. Not, I would like to reduce my operating expenses by 10% this year. See that example? The first goal statement has power, and you can see yourself reducing expenses. That's the one where it says, I will reduce my operating expenses by 10% this year. The second lacks passion and gives you an excuse if you get sidetracked. And the second one, as I stated, said, I would like to reduce my operating expenses by 10% this year. Here's a tip. Frame your goal statement positively. If you want to improve your retention rate, say, I will hold on to all existing employees for the next quarter, rather than I will reduce employee turnover. The first one is motivating. The second one still has a get out clause, allowing you to succeed even if some employees leave. And these are tips, these are examples. Here's the next tip. If you use a to-do list, make yourself a to-do list template that has your goals at the top of it. If you use an action program, then your goals should be at the top of your project catalog. Post your goals in visible places to remind yourself every day of what it is you intend to do. You can put them on your walls, desk, computer monitor, bathroom mirror, refrigerator as a constant reminder. Put them in places where you go all the time. Next, make an action plan. This step is often missed in the process of goal setting. You get so focused on the outcome that you forget to plan all of the steps that are needed along the way. By writing out the individual steps and then crossing each one off as you complete it, you'll realize that you are making progress towards your ultimate goal. This is especially important if your goal is big and demanding or long term. So you can read more about, read more about it once you Google it on action plan for more on how to do it. So again, you can Google what action planning is. You can Google, doing a to-do list. 5, stick with it. Remember, goal setting is an ongoing activity, not just a means to an end. Build in reminders to keep yourself on track and make regular time slots available to review your goals. Your end destination may remain quite similar over the long term, but the action plan you set for yourself along the way can change significantly. Make sure the relevance, the value, and necessity remain high. Here's key point and also in conclusion. Goal setting is much more than simply saying you want something to happen. Unless you clearly define exactly what you want and understand why you want it in the first place, your odds of success are considerably reduced. By following the 5 golden rules of goal setting, you can set goals with confidence and enjoy the satisfaction that comes along with knowing you achieved what you set out to be or what you set out to do. So the 5 golden rules again are those SMART goals, setting those SMART goals. Specific, S for specific, M for measurable, A is for attainable, R is for relevant, and T is for time bound. If you like, you can even Google SMART goals. S.M.A.R.T, SMART goals. So, what will you do to decide what you're going to accomplish today? Ask yourself that question. What will you decide to accomplish today? And if you don't mind sharing, you are very welcome to leave it in my comment box. I decided to just go ahead and do this live audio now instead of waiting later because I have some other things to do. I have to incorporate things that I've spoke on in any of my live audios or videos and just practice it. Plus, also, I just kind of want to relax because tomorrow I will be back on my grind at work, as well as my multiple, I don't want to say hustles, my multiple businesses, and just be on my grind in general of how I can be better personally as well as in business. Thank you as always. Much light and love to everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Have a better, awesome tomorrow on purpose. Make sure you self-care. You know I love self-care. Make sure that you do self-care as often as you can, and including taking care of the top of your head to the soles of your feet. knowing your worth, knowing thyself, respecting yourself, liking yourself, loving yourself, all of those positive things. And make sure that you start your September off right. Make it better than last month. Also, I would like to invite you to all of my social media outlets. Of course, we are on my Facebook right now under Aisha Speaks Jade. All of my handles on my social media is under Aisha Speaks Jade. So you have the Facebook, you have the Instagram, you have the Twitter, you have the LinkedIn, and you have the YouTube, all under Aisha Speaks Jade. Make sure for next week, because we're off this evening, tune into our Chit Chat Chew Show podcast, where I'm one of the co-hosts as well as the other co-host is Uno. Chit Chat Chew Show podcast airs every Monday, with the exception of today, from 7 to 9 p.m. We get real, let me just say it, we can get real raunchy, or it can be a cool conversation. It's just wherever we are at. Topics can be very sensitive to some people, and that's okay. If it doesn't fit you, just don't join in. But if you're open-minded to have different conversations and agree to disagree, be an adult about it, then I definitely invite you to come tune in every Monday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Chit Chat Chew Show podcast. You can join our page, which is Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC. Now, we do have a Chit Chat Chew Show podcast group. You can like that as well. We do post our shows on all social media outlets. Also, if you're interested in a new, healthier way, mind, body, and soul, of taking care of yourself, whether it's just organically using essential oils, or if you need to incorporate that, if you're taking medicine, whichever one you decide, I invite you to come check out and look into my online business called Life's Total Wellness.healthyplace.com. That is Life's, LIFES, Total, TOTAL, Wellness, WELLNESS healthyplacebotanicals.com. It's 100% organic, great essential oils. It is gluten-free, non-GMO, it's vegan. You can apply these oils internally as well as externally. So it's the new healthcare. I personally am not a big fan of big pharma, and I am working myself to where I do not need to have taken any big pharma medicines and go more holistically and organically. But I'm not here to say that you should follow my path, because my path is mine and your path is yours. So I appreciate if you take a look at my business and see if it's something. Also, not only do we offer essential oils, but we do offer CBD oils as well, without the high. I have to always say that, without the high. Okay, it's CBD, it's hemp, it's without the high. So please just read the disclaimer once you come in. And I hope that you support me. Hope that you purchase. With that being said, much love. Namaste. And with wonderful gratitude, Ashe. See you tomorrow.